With Legacy of Persia's recent release, I thought what better time than now to hop in here and give an initial impression and let you, the viewer, know whether it's worth your time or not. As you know, Paradox Games releases a lot of DLC for their entire franchise, whether it's Crusader Kings or any of the other ones, and sometimes they're better than others. So I figured today we would spend a few hours with this one, and then we would come to a conclusion ourselves. Now, we have the 867 start. We have the Iranian Intermezzo, which happened in which starts in the 1st of January, 867 AD. As you can see, there is not one for 1066. There isn't. That does not happen. So this is our start date. So we're starting way back, early Middle Ages, or I guess this would be the Middle Ages, I suppose. Early Middle Ages is probably the fall of Rome, but I'm getting off track here. So 200 years have passed since the Rashidun Caliphate conquered Persia, absorbing the vast plateau into the mighty Arabic Empire. 200 years of servitude, yet all things turn in time. Now the lords of Arabia wane, whilst Persia's ancient nobility wax stronger and fuller than they have in centuries, flourishing amidst the shattering of the once almighty united Islamic Ummah. To the west, the Abbasid Caliphate controls only the heartlands of the former Rashidun Empire, the great governors from Iberia to India, independent in all but name. The succession embroiled in an anarchic mess of betrayal, murder, and rebellion. To the east, Islamic adventurers and sellswords cut off by the Hindu Kush eye the spoils of Rajasthan and Delhi greedily. Persia finds itself at a crossroads. Those loyal to the Caliph clash with the remaining followers of Zoroastrianism and Buddhism. Ambitious warlords squabble with mountain chieftains, and Turkish mercenaries spar with Arabic invaders. The world turns. Where will it take you? And we have 5 players, although there's obviously more than this, but for the sake of this video, we're just going to pick one of these guys. So we have Rostam the First, we have Ismail Samani, we have Suri of Mandesh, we have Amir, Yaqub. Oh, look at this guy. Nice. And we have Muhammad ibn Abdallah. So I'm actually going to play as Amir Yaqub because I feel like playing as one of these other ones would be interesting if we were doing like a Let's Play, more of a series. But with this character, you probably stand to have an easier time seeing more of the content in a shorter span because I'm only giving myself like 2-3 hours to do this, right? So we're just going to start as this guy. The son of a lowly coppersmith, Yaqub is a self-made man whose disfigurement by a sword stroke has neither slowed nor hindered him. Having carved out a large kingdom in Sistan, he is now embroiled in a war with the Tahirids, the Caliph's old lackeys on the home front, the same commanders that supported Yaqub's usurpation whisper of changing their loyalties yet again. You seem poised to forge a new destiny for Persia. Do you dare challenge the enduring might of the Abbasids? So he seems to be the one who's most likely to take it and then reform Persia. So I think he would be a good person to start off with and check out here in this video. I was pretty excited for this update, by the way. This is a region and a time period that interests me a lot. But we are in the Iranian Intermezzo. Bloody civil strife embroils the once unassailable Arabian Empire. The ruling family murder and war with one another, competing to usurp the caliphate. Iraq reels whilst beyond the eastern mountains, Persian frontier lords take advantage of the situation to assert their independence, building empires of their own from Baghdad's rubble. With the masters of Islam locked in perpetual crisis, this is an opportunity like no other for the Safarid house to become masters of our own fate and carve our name into the annals of history. You are one of the involved participants in this Iranian Intermezzo. We are in the period of unrest as it stands right now. So this is a neighboring ruler, which I should honestly be able to offer him vassalage, but he doesn't want it. So we are at war with these lads right here. What I would like to do is have a couple allies that I could call in. That's always a good move. Secondary spouses are always good as well. Available Dynasty Legacy. I think we just have the one. Let's see if there's... Oh, here we go. Our house shall be resplendent in the glory of kings of old. A sense of purpose. Available tax jurisdictions +1. We have different aptitudes, too, in our bloodline to get other things. We got a decent amount of gold, too. So I think that this would be okay. You are starting off as a king, right? So there is a little more wiggle room here. I'm going to have him do this. A lot of them don't like me, which is interesting. So that is something that we're definitely going to have to balance here. No rightful liege, short reign, peasant leader. I'm a peasant leader? Interesting. So he's a peasant leader. He's a detractor of the caliphate. He's got a lot of stuff going on here. He's an interesting lord. I also love the new disfigured face mask here. This looks fantastic, just by the by. Find a new faith for Persia. The Caliph has a stranglehold on Persia, promoting a faith brimming with Arabic orthodoxy. I believe that the region needs its own identity, and there are many options for me to choose from. Oh, God. So what are we? We are Asherism. Oh, this would give you a master assassin, would it? That's really cool. That's really, really cool. So there's a lot of options here. So you have a lot of faiths to choose from. There's a lot of lore. I say lore, but there's a lot of background information. Why am I not forsaking my ancestors by worshipping Allah over Ormazd? One way or another, I must keep their traditions alive, even if only within my heart. Honor the elders. No matter what, I will follow the teachings of Zoroaster and defend against the destruction of Amaran. But in my hour of need, which faith will call my own? Humans aid in the struggle against Akamana through good thoughts and lives. This is done through ritual purity, the preservation of nature, and the destruction of evil creatures. We consider them evil, they consider us hostile. Interesting. So this is an ancient god. I will practice that. That sounds really cool. Dismantle the papal seat. There's a lot of options for this guy. Okay, we have a bunch of titles that can be created, which would give us more prestige, which would be a good thing. I don't know how many duchies I have. We haven't even started yet, by the way, as you can tell. Make an alliance with him. Do I have any alliances? I have none. Well, no wonder they don't like me. They're probably like, this guy's weak as hell. We have 5 court artifacts that we should probably place down. The keys to Kaaba, an elegant reliquary containing a holy relic, the keys to Kaaba. Wow, and it has a really lovely little model here. We'll obviously do that one in the middle. There we go. We got this really lovely little thing going on here. Let's handle this war. I actually don't know what it's over. You seize all titles. Ah, I see. So we're trying to seize this. Okay. Okay. Excellent. Let's ride. Oh, and they have this really lovely... Let's point this out for a second. Look at this fantastic model. I'm really impressed with this so far, actually. So I'm going to appoint a tax collector. I'm not collecting taxes. Okay. I'm understanding now. I actually really like the idea that you would have control over your tax system. The skies bode ill, the wind wails, and my servants shake before the coming maelstrom. An awful day to be traveling the wilderness. Shabby hovels dominate this strange corner of the land, filthy and tiny. We've come upon a lone, half-decent house. Ah, so this person has a little house. Well, I'm gonna take it because I'm a strong... Did you sleep well or joy out of my people's hospitality of dreaming you could be me? You attack my men like a frightened animal. You attack without honor or courtesy, as is your way. May the next storm sweep you from the face of the earth. Invest in softer beds, you lout. My wife is pregnant. We're gonna try and take this. Try and win this war real fast. Obviously not everybody's favorite person here, but we are slowly building it back up. My chancellor's my son. He's probably more liked than me. Or actually, he's my brother. My half-brother. You know, I gotta say, this feels really fresh. It's been a long time since I played vanilla, so that might be why, but on an initial first glance, it's probably been about a half hour, maybe a little bit less here. And it feels good. It feels really solid so far. So I'm enjoying this initial impression. So I'm looking at this, and this one actually seems like the most logical one. So I'm flipping through these. This one is much like the other faith. However, this one is more adaptive, so it's like culturally more accepted, which is something that I know the medieval Islam was actually known for. A lot of this kingdom was pretty accepting of other, like the Abbasid were pretty accepting of other people, at least at first, from what I understand. So I'm going to do a Matridism. With my decision to convert to Matridism, I arranged for the Imam to come to my court and conduct the rites. With the faith of my immortal soul in question, I can only pray that I've made the right decision. Metaphysica aside, I take comfort in knowing that the majority of my realm stand united under Allah, a true maturity realm. Glory to Allah. We are nearly done with this war, and now we don't have to worry about changing a new faith. And we have a new level of faith, too. We have all of the de jure ones, which is de jure part of the Persian Empire. You need 114 counties for this, which is actually crazy. That would be quite a feat. How big is the Persian Empire in this? It's huge. Good lord. It's massive. Absolutely massive. 100% does not notice my meddling. Let's sow some chaos. Let's sow a little chaos, I like that idea, actually. I think that's really clever to have that be an option. So we have completed our kingdom tier invasion, even though you don't really get to decide that, so that is kind of frustrating. However, we have now dramatically expanded our kingdom, which we could murder him. Might as well get rid of our rival, because I feel like that's only going to cause me problems. So we'll start scheming against him to get him out of here. His wife refuses, which is probably for the best. We have a couple couple lands that we can get into. I do think we should probably take this one up. Become Caliphal supporter. The Friday prayer is the most important religious ceremony of the week, ending with a recitation of the realm's spiritual and temporal sovereigns. By emphasizing the preeminence of the Caliph at the start of this list, I publicly mark myself as loyalty to the hierarch. Oh. Interesting. Steer house harmony towards, or steer house towards harmonious, which I would like to do. House Seraphit, House Unity changes +10. I would like to see, is there a way to see? Oh, okay. Oh, this is cool. Take unifying actions and divisive actions to affect House Unity. This may perhaps not always see eye to eye, but members of this house are always on friendly terms. Okay, so I'm going to consult my house members, and I'm going to improve taxation. These are really neat. Okay, so now we're on friendly. Joins my ranks. All right, so we have a bunch of detractors now, quite a few. There's a lot of really good options in here, guys. I'm just gonna point it out. I'm gonna send some bailiffs. I feel like that would be good. It looks like religion takes a much bigger part in this than it used to, so that is, for people who really wanted. Oh, ransom. Okay. For people who were wanting to see more out of the religion system, I think. Who is this? My wife has a claim on this? Oh my god, does she really? Oh right, I forgot I was killing him. A meal to die for. Bon appetit, Muhammad. And my rival is dead. Interesting. What sort of decisions do you get here? Do we have the option to search for tax collectors? Yes, that is what I want to do. That was actually something I was curious. A new administrator has arrived. Okay. Because I was curious about that. Awesome. Nice. Oh, and then if you don't really understand it, what is this one? There's a special tax assigned to diminish religious minorities in terms of, oh. You would lose a lot of men at arms, but... I lose a little bit, but I gained a little bit of men at arms too from that, so I actually like that one. That one's pretty solid. Nothing to change there. Nothing to change there. This one you can get a bit more out of. Minus 2% monthly prestige, but we could also get more taxes out of them as well. Should probably do this one then. Yeah. Beautiful. That is really, you know what? Initial glance, let's see. We're sitting around the hour mark, and I have to say, I think this is probably going to be a worth it for me. Just on the first pass, a call to war, really. You know, I do think that Paradox is doing an excellent job slowly making the game what it's always set out to be. You know what, Ali, in honor of one of my coworkers who is actually Persian, I will name him Ali. And let's get us a nice alliance here. My niece? Keeping it in the family? We're getting close to illustrious, but we're not quite there. Challenge Househead. I would like to discuss your place as Househead. I believe it is time for a change. Okay. Talk to me. Tahir has arrived at Zaren's to give his spurious logic for taking over as leader of House Safard. I am polite enough, embracing him before the talks. Is he older than me? He's younger than me. Look at your health. I can take your burden. I look at him blankly. Is that really all he has to say? But no. No, I don't think so. How close are we to this? 3,000. Yeah, there's no reason to make another title. We could consider doing a tour, a taxation tour. Like a, yeah, like a taxation tour to get some dough. Let's do altruism just because we definitely want to keep increasing public order. So let's start our grand tour. This should be fine. I'm not going to show most of this. You've probably already seen it if you're familiar with the game. Where this is mostly about this, but I'm just trying to get us a little ahead here. My nephew. I could tell him about Ormazd. I'm going to tell him. Oh, he likes it. He's a fan. All right, so once we usurp this, we'll be able to take it. And then that should, once that war is over, that should push me up enough to be able to get the, form the Sultanate of Rum. By bringing the Roman heartland of Asia Minor under, whoa. This is interesting. The Arabic language has long been viewed as superior, especially in matters of faith. The time is ripe to challenge this belief, promote Islamic literature in Persian, and even translate important hadiths. This might not endear me to the Arabs or the conservative vassals and clerics, but the people deserve to know God in their own tongue, like they did in the days of old. This is really neat. All right, so we're at 500. I can usurp this title, so it is now my title, which has broken it up. I cannot declare war because I'm at an activity, which makes sense. Grand Tour. I only visited 3 vassals. I can pardon this guy. What is he a prisoner of? What law did he break? Oh, right. I asked him for some money and he said no, which is, I mean, it's not like that's a crime. So we have a couple options now. We can do holy wars for duchies. We can conquer duchies now, which is really cool. We have a few different options. So actually, we're not too far from being able to do that. So I think to wrap this up, I will go to war with the Arabian Empire. But first, I'm going to do some minor wars here, where I try to get these dudes. Try and do all 3 of those at the same time. Shouldn't be too hard. I just have to figure out where I'm going to launch my dude from. First one is done. I think they added some Persian achievements. I see a couple of them popping up here. Okay, we're sieging. We're doing well. Everything's going well. We're actually about to enter the second period. View concession ending effects. I think we're the only Persian ones, right? Yeah, I think we are like the Persian descended group here. Offer vassalage. There we go. Let's just add her. Nice. Now we have that. Now I don't have that weird hole chilling in the middle of my land, which I thought was weird and annoying this whole time. And there we go. All 3 are done. So from this point, we're nearly like all of this, which I'm actually pretty satisfied with the size of that. I think what I need to do soon, because I'm 37, I think what we need to do soon is make our move on this and just go for it. I have 900 that I need for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to conquer this duchy. And then hopefully get close enough here. The Abode of War. The Abode of War. The scholars of Mesopotamia have divided the world into 3 parts of... Okay. They speak of the Dar al-Tawid to the faithful and the Dar al-Ahad of our allies, but also the Dar al-Harb, the frontier of the Abode of War. The Caliph Hamas is very much a believer in this worldview. It is your duty as a Muslim to bring the pagan frontier under your vigilance, he tells me. Too long have we tolerated this guy. Help me finance this war and I will begin it. Interesting, so I'm gonna have to go to war with that guy. Why do I care if she has another one? Nice. I find no proof of infidelity. I really don't see why I would care. We are in the unrest. Stabilization will start in 90 days. Interesting. Despite the brewing troubles, the Caliph still commands respect, rebellions, and function. Oh. Alright. Everybody's gone. Everybody's gone home. We can also create the Duchy of Merv. This guy's just holding out. I really love that he's like, no, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Oh, my claims are for all of that, huh? Oh, might as well take it. Might as well do that while we're trying to figure out what we do next here. You know, I have to say, and I've said it a couple times here, this is a very solid DLC. I wholeheartedly recommend it. I think that in the 2-ish hours, I'm probably not even going to play it for 3. I don't think you have to. This is fun. It's a really good time. I love the new additions that have been added. I've barely really scratched the surface here, but there's so much that you could do, and there's a lot of room for role-playing here. Like, you have a lot of flexibility with, like, religions and all kinds of stuff, really, that you just don't get in a lot of Crusader Kings, I feel like. And I think this is fantastic. I think they've done a really good job here. It's also in a region that has desperately needed, you know, like more love and care, and I think that they really succeeded with that effort here. I'm known as the Hawk. Wow, what does that mean? Little escapes your piercing gaze. Nothing escapes your sharpened talons. Dude! Hell yeah, man, that's sick. So we are illustrious now. Oh, and we can usurp another kingdom, which would be really beneficial actually to us. That would be the third kingdom that we would have, and I think that there was a decision, right? Oh, so you have to have one of these. You have to hold 3 kingdoms, and you have to have 80 as your realm size, and also be exalted among men. I see. I see. Destroy the Caliph. Faith must not have Sunni doctrines, so I would have to change it. Let's promote Persian scriptures. The Sunni Caliphate's envoy Ibrahim seems upset, which might hint something about the Caliph Hamid's oath feeling in this matter. The Quran was revealed to the world in Arabic, and in no other language shall it be read. Nor shall any other books or scrolls or wax tablets on matters of faith, not while my master, the great Caliph, still draws breath. He demands that you cease your misguided translation efforts at once. Break the bonds you have made with sacrilegious scholars. But do not despair, the Caliph is his largest, will pay you back most of the gold you have spent. I'm gonna set my course. Alas, my course is set. Alright, I'm gonna raise him in the ways of war as well. This guy's happy that I took over that land. I did what any Muslim would do. It has to be 80? I guess I could try to make my own empire, since this looks like it's just going to end without me being able to go over there, but we're stronger than them, so technically we could form our own independent empire over here, because I can't declare war on this guy, but I can do a holy war for a county, which is odd. So we have actually a claim on a lot of this dude's stuff, so I'm actually just going to I'm going to rush in here. Dynasty perk, it's been a while since we had one of those. Lofty ambitions. That actually should help us murder him. Oh, only 17% now? Dude. Now, funny enough, you can actually trick the game into giving you more chance by bribing a bunch of people before you hit go, which I don't know if everybody knows that, but I will be in debt. However, yeah, it'll let you go into debt really fast, actually. Let's murder him. Relevant title change. Alright, we're done. My main tax system just lost its tax collector for some reason. Who is this? I could vassalize you. With religious exemptions? Sure, you can come into my territory, I don't mind. Alright, well you don't just get to come in here and then complain that you're not on the council. That's not how it works. So we're back in the... Okay, so we're back in the struggle phase. So he's got no heir. We could murder him. I think we managed to bring it back from the brink of going to peace, which would be really annoying if that would have happened. I'm gonna tell my son about our secret god, which I think is metal as hell. Exalted among men. So now all we have to do is get 13 more counties, and we will have it in the bag. Before we can found our new empire and finish up this little preview look here, is I just have to finish taking like 13 more counties, and then I'll be able to create it. And then this lad right here will end up being an emperor, although I hope he lives long enough. He's feeling fine, but you know, you never know. Is it just one county? I have to have it, dude. I cannot have this just be sitting here anymore. It's been driving me crazy. He's really close to saying yes, so I'm gonna actually send him a gift and then offer him vassalage through religious exemption. Nice. Alright, so where are we at now? I didn't even have to go to war again. Found new empire, we're at 79. There's no way, you're joking me. You're telling me the last one is the one that's been in the middle this whole time? The Iranian Empire will rise. We will make it. She recovered from smallpox. Let's assess. So we have made this huge kingdom here. Let's look at, so I'm looking at this break with the Caliphate. We actually have to have 2 holy sites. And we can do that actually here. If we look at our religion, our faith, and we look at our holy sites, all of them are like right here. So he's got all of them just chilling in there. He's got like Baghdad, he's got all kinds of stuff. Emirate of Baghdad, we could take that, and then that would give us the land. I'm gonna do it. So we're going in. We're attacking Baghdad. I'm gonna have to come in through here and then head my way down. I'm going straight there. I also have 8,000 troops now, which I don't know when that happened, but apparently one of my excellent tax collectors decided that they were going to be great. Oh yeah, I keep having this stupid things. I really want to see what happens when you get it, so I'm going to try and break from the Caliph, but I need to take Baghdad first. Did it! Alright, I took the Caliph prisoner, and so I ended up being able to take it, which is nice. We can usurp this once we get to 250, which is really solid. I could send my child to a university? Is that a thing? Oh, there's a university in Baghdad. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, so we've taken this. This is more important, I think, than anything else, really. So what I should do is promote my culture here in the capital of Baghdad, and then convert faith in Baghdad as well. Because this one should be like our capital. All right, I'm going to focus on trying to make this new empire, and then I think we're going to call it, because we've got a really, just a fantastically solid conclusion here just set up for us. And honestly, it really doesn't matter. I think this is a really, really solid update. If you wanted to know what my opinion, should you play this or not, the answer is absolutely yes. I think it's definitely worth the money. There's a lot of cool features that I don't recall seeing in the base game at all, like the tax collectors and stuff. Granted, I haven't played vanilla in a long time, so maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, but I don't think that's true. I think this is a really, really well done mod. It has some cool characters, and I highly recommend people give this a shot. Okay? Highly, highly recommend it. Officially move our realm capital to Baghdad, which seems like a really great spot to be. I think that this is a much smarter location than the other one. Yeah, I think we did it here. I think we've got about 500 to go, and once we get there, I'd like to see what the empire calls itself. So I just had an interesting update. I was actually fast forwarding to try to get to the end of this, but I can declare war on him for my son, my player heir, who could become the ruler of all of this, and then we can end the struggle. Did not imagine that I was going to do this all in one episode, or all in this video. Well, my son died, so the realm no longer has a reason to be at war. So I've played around here for about 3 hours now, as I promised, done a bunch of stuff. We claimed Baghdad. Getting really close to the point where this guy's actually going to die soon, so I don't think I would be able to make that empire, but, you know, that wasn't really the goal of this. It was just to give you a general overview, and I think this is a really solid DLC. I think this is better than the Iberian Struggle one that they did. This seems like everything that was in that one, and it's just improved in every way in this one. And I'm very excited to see the kind of stuff that people make with this. I just wanted to do sort of this, is it worth it, like initial impression video. Obviously, I'm rushing around and trying to do a bunch of the stuff so that you can see as much as possible, but really, 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 really fantastic. I like this a lot. I would be willing to do a series if people were interested, but for those of you who are not and want to play this on your own time, I highly recommend picking this up. It's very, very good. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube junk. I post mostly modded Crusader Kings 3, but I wouldn't be opposed to doing some more vanilla on the channel if people are interested. But as always, I'm Soul. This has been Crusader Kings 3, The Legacy of Persia, and I will happily see you in the next one.